And tomorrow the forecast looking like Cinco de Mayo with the rain. May not have a baseball game, so fortunate to be out here with you doing this girls lacrosse game.
That's right. Tomorrow's the 5th, isn't it? Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yep, now this is a good audible that we called. And
yeah.
we are here. I was going to be here anyway. So we are here for interesting girls lacrosse game, which I think is, again, I think it's a barometer game for both teams. I mean, South has had their best game. The best team they played, obviously, was Bishop Girton. So they've been through the Girton gauntlet. I think they have to play them one more time if they reschedule the game that was postponed last week. Londonderry has been through the Bedford gauntlet, and they've gotten beaten pretty solidly by Bedford. So we saw Londonderry against Bishop Girton in the opener. They were competitive, but not nearly as good as Girton was, and suffered a lopsided loss to the Cardinals as well. So they've taken their lumps, but they've also won about 5 or 6 in a row coming in. So this Londonderry team is good. There's no doubt about that.
And I got to say, with the bare arms on not a very warm day, that's pretty intimidating.
Well, you know what, John? It's getting warmer. I'm out here. It's getting warmer.
Yeah, it is getting warmer, I suppose.
The sun is higher.
I give him credit, though,
Yep, no, I do.
Especially the goaltenders that we're very little padding for these lacrosse balls that are being hurtled at them at quite considerable velocity oftentimes, especially in the boys' game.
It's been an interesting season in girls lacrosse. I think next week we are going to see maybe the best game that we'll have when Bedford and Bishop Girton tangle next Tuesday, a week from today, right around this time, around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll be here at Stello Stadium for that one. I was here Saturday for Bishop Girton Souhegan, and finally I thought I was going to see a close game. It was 7-6 Girton at halftime, and they had to rally twice to take the lead before the end of the half. Souhegan was up 5-4 and 6-5.
Good on Souhegan.
Yeah, exactly. And then Girton scored 8 straight goals.
Ooh.
Yeah.
In the third quarter?
From the time they trailed 6-5 to a 13-5 lead. So there you go.
They turned it on.
They turned it on.
Yeah.
And
how were the face-offs? Was it dominant again?
Yeah,
or Souhegan?
Girton controlled the draw.
Yeah.
And that's the key in this game is.
Yeah, it is. We'll have to watch how that goes between Londonderry and South here this afternoon.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But again, I think that this is a special test for Nashua South. I think this is a game where they really could show some things if they're able to make it competitive and maybe even pull out a win against Londonderry, which is very competitive. So it will be interesting. There's no doubt about it.
25-minute halves in New Hampshire high school girls lacrosse. Tom and I and our cameraman Tim O'Neill together were commenting on the fact that we haven't done a ton of close games or maybe any close games so far in the spring
John,
season.
We may pull another
TV.
audible on Friday because we were scheduled to do the Girton. We're not sure yet what we're going to do, but Girton lacrosse against Exeter. That was 21-8 yesterday.
Oops.
Yeah, so we may be at Holman Stadium instead. Not sure yet.
Okay.
Alvern and Bishop Girton baseball. So I mean, it's tough. There's a lot of haves and have-nots. There's a big divide with a lot of teams.
There is. Yeah, you mentioned that a couple times. The haves and the have-nots.
In a lot of sports, in a lot of different sports. Now, I saw a fairly competitive softball game yesterday with Alvern and Bishop Girton girls, but it was 5-3 at one point, then 7-3 Girton wins. I did see a competitive baseball game last Friday with Alvern and Nashua North, but Nashua North had gotten out to a 9-2 lead, and they had to hold on and win it 11-9.
Interesting.
So it was a competitive game for maybe 2 of the 7 innings, and the rest was all one-sided. So you get some interesting games, and we're going to go out and now start. Nashua South will be moving. Let's see. They were warming up the other side.
Yeah, and their goaltenders making the walk to the opposite goal now.
Right, exactly. So Nashua South will be moving right to left in the white jerseys. Londonderry will be in the blue jerseys, shooting from left to right. John Collins will take you through the first through the play-by-play, and I'll be back to join him midway through the first half.
Thank you, Tom King. Audrey Mullaney, the South goaltender, had a very nice showing against Bishop Girton in the game that we did earlier in the season. She had a ton of very nice saves. They'll be counting on Audrey to come up big again today in this contest against the Londonderry Lancers in high school girls lacrosse. The Lancers, coming off a 17-4 beatdown at the hands of Bedford, will certainly be looking to bounce back this afternoon at the Panthers' expense. We'll see what transpires as we have the opening draw. And Ella Ben-Zekri of South was in there for the Panthers, but the Londonderry faceoff taker got the best of it, and the Lancers have the opening possession as they take the ball downfield. The first shot of the game goes wide to the right, so not yet a shot on goal for either team as the Lancers threaten early. And in traffic in the middle and fouled as she made her way through a triple team of defenders was Jenna Stowell, attacker number 18 for the Lancers, who actually got called for the foul. And so Lancers turn it over. So despite losing the opening draw, the Panthers survive the initial attack by Londonderry and have a chance for the first score if they can scoop up this loose ball right now, which they do in the person of Kylie Daw, number 7, working her way through a phalanx of Londonderry Lancers. Nifty pass over the top to Vanessa Reeder. Vanessa cuts to the middle and working with open space. The Panthers, Ella Ben-Zekri, 20 yards out from goal. She trots with her head up looking for a teammate or maybe a shooting lane. As she works within 10 yards. Ella's going to let it go, it looks like. No, she feeds it in front. A great try for the Panthers to get the game's first goal. It looked like Isabella Walsh received the pass from Ben-Zekri right on the doorstep of the goaltender, but a couple of defenders pounced on her, and Isabella really not able to get a quality shot away. It would have been almost a slam dunk had she been able to square up with the Londonderry goaltender, who appears to be let's see, in front. Riley Walter, I think, maybe the goaltender, number 22. So threat thwarted by the Lancers defense, and now they will try to come downfield and score the game's first goal. 25-minute halves. We're just over 2 minutes in. Both teams have had a chance to score and come up empty. Grace Holland for the Lancers. Throws it into the middle of a few players. It's a loose ball. Lancers had 2 players nearby. It's still on the turf as people swat at it, trying to get that all-important possession just 12 yards out from the goal, and now a whistle. A lot of body contact going on in there, and foul committed by the Panthers. Nashua South wearing their home white uniforms today, and Londonderry in the blue visiting uniforms. The restart. Londonderry had been on a long winning streak before their loss to Bedford on Saturday. Circling the goal now, Londonderry looking for a quality shot. Circling out from behind the goal, being forced wide though. That was Victoria Savage, number 1. Or was it number 7? Kiara Edmonds scores. Number 7, Kiara Edmonds in the middle with a nice job going from her right to left as she let it fly, and a very tough save chance there for Audrey Mullaney, but it finds the back of the net. So it is a 1-0 advantage. Londonderry strikes first. They had the better of the chances in the early going here. 2 times downfield, and they score on their second trip at the 21-24 mark of the opening half. Here's the draw at midfield. Londonderry won the last one, and they had the better of that for a moment, but foul committed against the by the Londonderry team in blue, so it is a Panther ball. As it goes out of bounds, not taking care of the lacrosse ball there. South cedes possession in their own end again, and Londonderry back on the attack, seeking to double up on their 1-0 lead. Sprint in from the far side. A flip pass. That's Tara Wright, number 11, that's doing the face-off duties for Londonderry. Talented player. A little bit extra contact, though, committed by Londonderry. So we'll do a restart with South in possession. And Kylie Daw plays it back. So Leo Dubois on defense all the way back to goaltender Audrey Mullaney, who handles it, gives it back to Solil. This is Solil Dubois in the middle. Nearly a steal and a clean break in for Caroline Leone. Just wasn't able to corral the bouncing ball. Instead, it's a big switch in geography here as the Panthers take it 80 yards down the field to within striking distance. Cutting, shooting, scoring! Beautifully done by Olivia Johnson. On the feed from in tight, she knew just where she wanted to go with the shot over the top of goaltender Riley Martin for the Panthers' first score of the game. So a very competitive looking contest here in the opening minutes, and it is 1-1. That one coming just over the 5-minute mark into the game. The Panthers strike. Olivia Johnson with a determined run down the left seam, received the pass cleanly and got the shot away crisply to the far side of the net. Ella Ben-Zekri takes the stick right out of the hands of Tara Wright on that draw and gets whistled for it, so it is Londonderry's ball. That's number 18 on the draw, Jenna Stowell, actually, for Londonderry, who sprints it down the field, gaining ground. Lancers looking to retake their lead quickly, but the Panther defense tightens up and forces the ball handlers farther outside. Tara Wright flings it on the wing. Spin move by Isabella Augusta, and Isabella Augusta gets body checked on her way to the goal. So this restart is going to favor the Lancers in a big way here. Isabella Augusta, number 14, coming face to face with South goaltender Audrey Mullaney on the restart from only about 8 yards away, judging by the angle. Audrey Mullaney trying to make herself a big target. The bouncer attempt goes way over everybody and over the hedges. Londonderry did have a player stationed at the back line, so they retain possession as the Lancer goal scorer Kiara Edmonds dances around with it. Number 7, she passes it into a double team. Good job by the Panther defense pinching off the ball handler, so she had no chance to come out front very easily. The flip pass, and now the Lancers will regroup. Almost 20 yards from the goal. Spin move. Isabella Augusta lost the handle. Scooped up by nobody till the whistle, and it is going to be Panther ball. Some stick work in violation of the rules there by the Lancers on the attack. And again, Panthers with a pass that goes awry in their defensive end and giving Londonderry another bite at the apple here offensively. 18 minutes to go even in the first half. It's a 1-1 contest. Londonderry looking to retake the lead. Another bounce shot attempt by Isabella Augusta. Senior attacker, number 14, and it doesn't work, but Londonderry still has possession. Lila Malia, number 15, retrieved that ball. Lancers, as a defender slips, Mullaney with the save on the far post. No openings on the freshman goaltender there. Did a nice job to repel that hard shot. Spin move through 3 people, and the goal. Number 12 for Londonderry, Caroline Leone, found her way past 3 defenders to deposit it over the top of the South goaltender. So a relentless attack by Londonderry after giving up a tie game, and they retake a 1-goal lead. It's 2-1. Almost 8 minutes played in this 25-minute first half. 17:15 remaining as we have a draw at midfield. Jenna Stowell for Londonderry on your left. Ella Ben-Zekri of South on the right. Ball goes flipping out of the pile, and it was Tara Wright that wrestled it away from a South player, and that is another goal for Kiara Edmonds, her second of the game. Number 7 for Londonderry, like number 7 for the old Big Bad Bruins. Phil Esposito standing right in front of the goaltender, and an easy score for Kiara. As the old saying went, Jesus saves and Espo scores on the rebound, but there was no need for a rebound there. That was a clean pass and a one-timer basically for Kiara Edmonds, who scores her second goal, and it's a 2-goal advantage for the Lancers, up 3-1. South needing to get possession here and get the ball in the offensive zone to turn this around, but instead the momentum continues in favor of the Lancers as collecting that high bouncer, Abigail Whitley, number 10, moving in close. Goal! Abigail Whitley with a nifty shot about waist high. She had it up around her shoulder and shifted, kind of like a left-handed batter in baseball, and just flung it past Audrey Mullaney in the lower half of the goal. So it is a 4-1 lead. Abigail Whitley, in what appeared to be her first real touch of the game, makes the most of it with goal number 4 for Londonderry, up 4-1 with just under 17 minutes to go in the first half. John Collins along with Tom King and cameraman Tim O'Neill. The executive producer of Nashua ETV, as always, Pete Johnson, who reminds me, as I'll remind you, Huddle, a free weekly newsletter covering Nashua athletics teams, athletes, and stats. You can subscribe to it for free at NashuaHuddle.com, and also look for the latest newsletter. And in the latest newsletter, the Nashua Huddle, really nicely done. Multiple pages, big print, photos. There's an update on track and field, which ended the week with a rivalry win. South girls and boys track and field defeating the Bishop Girton Cardinals on a windy Saturday morning. In the meet they just had, there's a listing of all of the finishers, including Madeline Stevens, first place in the 100-meter dash with a personal record of 12.7. This is in the Nashua Huddle weekly newsletter covering Nashua athletics teams, athletes, and stats, which you can subscribe to for free at NashuaHuddle.com. Congratulations, Madeline Stevens, running the 100 in under 13 seconds. Blazing. Also, Soraya Ross won the 200-meter in 27:02. And Rebecca Wilkie pole vaulting 5'6". Just a tidbit of the many stats and facts and news updates you can find in the NashuaHuddle.com. If you look it up, you leave out the NashuaHuddle.com. Here come the Lancers after their timeout by South, trying to come up with a plan to stop the Lancers' momentum. There's a whistle as Londonderry was on the dead run toward what could have been their 5th goal of the game. And again, this foul committed by the South defense, very close to their own goaltender, sets up a very advantageous restart for the Lancers. They're just a few steps away from goaltender Audrey Mullaney with a chance to launch a shot here before the defenders can close in. There's the shot, goal. And that was the second goal of the game for Abigail Whitley. She's got 2. Kiara Edmonds has 2. And Carolyn Leone has the other. 5 goals scored in the game so far for the Lancers. It's just been an onslaught of offense for most of the game. South not able to control the draw or get the ball out of their own end effectively. It was a very exciting goal by Olivia Johnson, the sole scorer so far for the Panthers, but her opportunities have been severely limited. And here's Olivia battling for the ball here. It's going to be an all-important possession. What do you have? A whistle? And I'm not quite sure what Olivia did wrong there, but has to give the ball over to Tara Wright, who sprints down the sideline, being pursued by Ella Ben-Zekri. Ben-Zekri knocks it out of her possession. A determined Ella Ben-Zekri into the corner, but stealing it back, Tara Wright. Wright with it, number 11 for Londonderry. And she hands it off to Lila Malia. Malia looking for a teammate, and that'll be Grace Holland up top. To the middle, top of the key, if you will, for Jenna Stowell. Gives it back. Going left to right, Grace Holland shot and score. Sixth goal of the game for the Lancers. Believe that was number 17, Grace Holland. Attacker and senior. One of several seniors that Londonderry has up front doing a lot of the ball handling. And that was Grace's first tally of the game. A 6-1 advantage for the Lancers. So South besieged defensively here in the first half. We have played just over 8.5 minutes. Make that 9 minutes, and it's not going well for the Nashua South girls lacrosse team right now. They need to win a draw. They need to win possession. Olivia Holland snatches up that bouncer, and now she's running hard down the right side. Cuts back to the middle. Olivia Johnson has the lone goal of the game for the Panthers. They have an ability to score once they get possession, which they finally have won. And Londonderry in an unfamiliar posture right now in this game on defense. Ella Ben-Zekri looking for her next move. Bobbles still on the turf. Londonderry able to come away with it and change the geography here as they sprint into the offensive zone again. Being pursued heavily was Natalie Washington, but she did a great job of setting up her offense for another chance at a goal here. Spin move, Lancers in close. The bouncer whistled just before the shot by Tara Wright. Let's see what the call is. And once again, foul committed by the Panther defense is going to set up Londonderry with what amounts to a penalty shot from 10 yards out. That's Tara Wright, who was fouled on the way through traffic. Faced up with the freshman goaltender, Tara Jr., midfielder. Sprints, shoots, bounces it over the goal. That had a bounce about a foot in front of the net, maybe a foot and a half, and it went right over everything, past the hedges and back. Londonderry will retain possession. Clock running with 13:40 to go in the first half. Abigail Whitley, number 10, and Kiara Edmonds, number 7 for Londonderry, who now has the ball, are in the market for hat tricks as they have 2 goals apiece. Restart, Kiara Edmonds going to feed it behind the goal. The wraparound try, it's loose. The whistle sounds as Emily Cowett, number 16 for Londonderry, hit the turf after contact. It is going to be Panther ball. Cowett coming out from behind the goal nearly stole it away, but Audrey Mullaney keeps it from her. Carefully passing it down the far side. Panthers desperately trying to come out of their own zone. Tough pass there into a double team. Olivia Johnson trying to come away with the loose ball. Panthers trying to keep Londonderry from setting up again, and Olivia Johnson does get all important possession here. Now she lost it. She hesitated on the pass and it went out the back of her stick. Here comes Londonderry trying to capitalize on a miscue. Deeper than the goal line goes Carolyn Leone. Passes it across, and Emily Cowett lost the pass. That should be Panther ball, I believe. It's an over and back offside of some sort being called away from the ball, which stopped play. It appeared that Londonderry's pass was errant and went out of bounds, but because of that call away from the ball, the Lancers retained possession. Looking for goal number 7, up 6-1. Shot goal, nicely placed. That might have been number 15 for Londonderry, Lila Malia, and that's her first tally of the game. So they're spreading around the scoring for the Lancers right now. It was just a well-placed shot. Was it 16 or 15, Tim? 15 was, okay. Face off at midfield. South trailing 7-1. Just over 11 and a half minutes to go. Loose ball and whistle favors Londonderry. Ella Benzekri wrestles it away and sprints downfield. Number 14 for South, a freshman. And she runs into body contact about 12 yards away from the goal. That's a foul against the Lancers defense. Ella will back up to 15 yards from goal and will do the restart as the Lancers look to cut her off at the pass if they can. She could shoot it from there. That's a tough place to score from, though. 3 Londonderry defenders look to cut in front. She tries the pass into Isabella Walsh, ticks off Isabella's stick, and the Londonderry defense scoop it up. Down the far sideline. Nice dump pass in space to Isabella Augusta. Isabella Augusta passes it up ahead to Sarah Setsilas. Number 2, Kiara Edmonds, hat trick. Unstoppable on that play. Number 7 for the Lancers, Kiara Edmonds. Goal number 3, just coming out from behind, undefended, and throwing one from point blank, probably 4 yards away from goal over the top of Audrey Mullaney. So it is an 8-1 advantage for the Lancers. Londonderry coach Taylor Patterson's got to be very happy with the way things have gone. He takes a coaching moment with one of his talented players on the sideline, I noticed, talking about shooting downward with authority there as he used the stick as a prop. Here come the Panthers looking to score their second goal. Olivia Johnson, who's got the first one, had it taken away. She actually took a stick to the side of the face, it looked like. As she went down, she pops right back to her feet. That was definitely a foul, a stick foul on the Lancers. And I don't know if we're going to have a penalty called on this. We'll have to wait and see. Stoppage in play as the official puts a yellow card for a stick to the face against Londonderry. I'm sure it was accidental, but still dangerous. And I think it's Victoria Savage that is coming off. She's got to kneel down in front of the penalty area.
She's got to sit.
She's going to sit. So it is a advantage here for South. Olivia Johnson looking to score her second goal and the Panthers' second goal on the restart from 10 yards out.
See if she goes to the left side.
She went right that time, and it was
good move.
The good move.
Good
as she
move.
Scores. It is the second goal of the game for the Panthers. With 9:40 to go in the first half. Possession, 9/10 of the law, maybe more in lacrosse, Tom, as you pointed out many times, and the time of possession heavily favoring Londonderry in this one.
Heavily, and the reason why is the draws. They've lost
Yep.
every draw. They have not won a single draw. And that can't happen. You've got to be able to get those face-offs. But, John, not only has Londonderry possessed it, but they've made do every time they've had it.
Just about.
Yeah, they have been able to score, and some of those shots shouldn't have been allowed. I mean,
well, Ella Ben-Zekri, who just won that draw, gets the ball back from a teammate.
Shoot
and a goal.
Scores.
Determined Ella Ben-Zekri with her first goal of the game.
How about that? See, you need a run. You got the draw that time, and that what a difference. You win the draw, you get the shot. But there are times when South's had it, they've turned it over as well. So it's been, they haven't played well on either end.
Right. Taking care of the ball is an issue for the South team, especially on defense. Tom mentioned they've had a chance a couple times to come out of their own end, and some sloppy passes cost them.
And I said this was a test, and starting to wonder when the makeup exam is going to be.
8-3, South wins another draw.
Another draw, that's a big thing.
So Leo Dubois
and here
downfield.
I mean, when they've scored, they haven't taken long to do it. Oh, there's a shot right there.
And that's going to be whistled.
That's going to be a free start.
Yep, Olivia Johnson, who is definitely a scoring threat for the Panthers.
And here she goes.
She's got 2. She could get a hat trick here.
With 9:05 to play in the first half.
On the restart. Whips it low, goal!
Got it,
what a shot that was.
Oh, my goodness.
And just the creativity of it, and then the execution.
I wonder what made her decide to go low. But that was the shot to take, and she knew it. And there it is.
She has scored running from the left, going left to right across the goal, and now straight on low. What a repertoire of shots by Olivia Johnson to get that hat trick.
But they've cut that lead down, so now it's 8-4.
Yeah, 8-4, and they are in the midst of a run.
Yeah, and they need to keep it up. They need to win draws.
And here we go again at midfield with 8:54 remaining in the first half here at Stellos. Londonderry in their visiting blue uniforms, South in their home whites. Ball's launched. It's bouncing. Ben-Zekri gets it.
How about that?
That's a tough pass on the run. Olivia Johnson feels the bouncer.
She's going to shoot it.
In space. Runs into a player, and that's going to be called, and it's a formula that South is exploiting here.
She's lucky she didn't get called for a charge there because the defense was waiting for her.
It could have went either way, Tom.
Right,
I thought so.
It really could have, but now she gets another restart and another free start, and it's 8:31 and counting, 8-4.
Not only are the Panthers in the midst of a run, but so is Olivia Johnson.
They let the clock run, too, during this.
Piling up the goals. Yeah, I noticed they did that a few times when it was out of bounds.
She decides not to shoot it. It was not a clear restart from close enough in.
Caitlin West on the receiving end, not able to receive it cleanly.
This is what South hasn't been able to do. They haven't
in
been
front.
There it is, right there.
Ben-Zekri with goal number 2.
Oh, that was a great pass.
Caitlin West on the pass, and the goal scored by Ella Ben-Zekri.
That was a great pass, and that was something that they hadn't been able to do, is maneuver since Johnson's first goal, which was off the pass.
I think Caitlin West was the one who assisted on Olivia Johnson's
first goal.
The first
one, that was another great pass. I was right down there.
It's something they must practice, running without the ball.
You have to. You've got to do it in practice, but all of a sudden now, the Panthers are making this a competitive game.
Was it 8-1?
It was 8-1. Now it's 8-5. But what's the difference, John?
Winning the draw.
Right at the center. They win the draw.
And here we go again.
And the key to winning the draw is get yourself to the ball when it lands.
And get some help on these loose balls, too,
So they're
right
all
here.
loose balls off a girl's draw. All right? And the girls draw, they throw it up in the air, and then it's free for all to run for it. Londonderry gets this one. Let's see if that makes a difference for the Lancers.
Tara Wright wins the foot race.
The draws are different in girls and guys.
Yep. Tara Wright won the foot race, number 11. She expends some energy to change the geography, but gains a lot of ground. There's a whistle. And it'll be South ball, some sort of a violation against the Lancers.
Man, that's a good break for South, boy, you know.
Yeah.
They could close it to 8-6.
I think they had 7 players up front. Maybe that was it.
If they can get it to 8-6 here.
Yeah.
But they're going to be tough. This is tough. You've got to get those ground balls. They've lost
Good
a lot of those.
step up right there by Kylie Daw.
Oh, really good play.
She kept it away from 3
and now,
Lancers.
And now you've got the player you want with the ball, Johnson.
A noticeable uptick in the quality of play by the Lancers in the last 5 to 10 minutes. They've gotten themselves back in this game.
You mean.
The Panthers, sorry, for South, and they've made it 8-5, chance to cut it to a 2-goal game.
This is all of a sudden an entirely different game. It's amazing.
It is.
And that was without the benefit of a timeout, because Kiki McIntyre called timeout when it was 4-1. It didn't really, really help.
The Lancers went right back on the attack
right,
after
and
that.
Scored 4 more times.
Olivia Johnson has got 3.
This is a huge possession for South.
Now,
huge.
Yeah.
This
has 2.
This could be a turning point in the game. If they can get to the within 2, and I'm surprised Londonderry has not called a timeout.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
They may if South scores here.
Ben Zachary in front.
Loose ball.
Coming out from the back. We have a whistle just before
the
Caitlin
shot.
West put it over the top of the goaltender.
Let's see.
She might have to score on the restart. They're not going to count that, but she does have possession. Too much contact, apparently. Well, I'm sure she would have gladly accepted the contact for the goal.
So here's the restart.
It's basically a penalty shot.
It's basically 1-on-1.
Caitlin West in front. Goal!
Scores!
8-6 now. It's only a 2-goal game.
This is phenomenal.
It really is.
You know, I mean, we don't have that much of a rooting interest, but we want to see a close game. And
that's our rooting interest.
That's our rooting interest, and we get one right here. It's 8-6.
We certainly do. With only
and there's the
5:47.
timeout I told you Londonderry would take.
You did.
Yep.
Yep. So, want to mention again the NashuaHuddle.com, the weekly newsletter that Pete Johnson points out is a free subscription at NashuaHuddle.com. Anybody interested?
Yeah, I got to go grab one of those.
Yeah, to have you can't be everywhere.
I just saw that today.
And the track and field highlights are in here. And Madeline Stevens ran the 100, Tom, in a personal record 12.7. That's fast. 100 meters?
I could beat her.
That's not even yards. That's meters.
I'll race her. I'm ready. I'm all set. I'm all set.
Oh, boy. Soraya Ross ran the 200 in 27.02.
Yeah, the freshman, and that was on Saturday against Bishop Girton.
Yes.
It's held at North because I believe it was BG's home meet. They used Nashua North. So it was it was a very competitive race. I got all the information from the coaches, and our man Jason Campo, he won the 100 and also set a personal best in the shot and won the shot put. The funny thing is,
oh, you're right.
Yeah, here's an inside thing. So I like to, when I post online, when I post the roundups, I like to get a photo rather than just a logo of the school, because
Okay.
I think the photo is better.
Yeah,
but
sure.
sometimes you're not able to do it, But I knew I had an old headshot of Jason Combo. The only problem was it was when he was a sophomore and weighed probably about 75 less pounds, but I used it anyway. People probably looked at it and said, "Who the heck is that?"
Only in high school can you get upset with a younger photo being used.
I know, right, huh? How about that?
Jason Campo ran the 100 and won it in 100 meters in 12.07.
Yeah, see,
now,
that speed.
I just mentioned that
now,
Soraya Ross.
But
I mean,
let's hold on about Campo.
Yeah.
Think of the speed, and think of what he's put on in terms of
size?
football weight,
Yeah,
the size.
that would be intimidating.
and he still has that speed
coming down the field. It would be.
How about that? What's that? He is.
But I want to ask you.
He is going to be huge in college at Merrimack.
Yeah, I want to ask you. Madeline Stevens for the girls plays first with 12.7.
Yeah,
Compo wins 12.07. What's the difference in feet between 0.07 and 0.7 of a second?
You mean in
like if they raced each other, like how much would Compo have really won by? Jason.
I mean, the time is the time.
12.07 and 12.7.
Yeah.
It's probably a step or two. I mean,
probably a step, but I would have wanted 11.8, and I would have had 2 steps.
That's fast. Those are fast
Those
runners.
Those are fast
South
kids.
has.
No kidding.
So the Panthers made it a 2-goal game, but they lose this draw.
They lose this draw. Now the Lancers have it. Spurred on by the timeout. And let's see what they come up with. But see, I think, South's got to know that they need to play better defensively. All right? You have to play better defensively.
No easy goals.
No, exactly. And they've had too many easy goals.
There's a good job of pinching on the shooter. It wasn't the best shot.
And now where was the alignment? The Lancers were closest to it. Was wondering about that. That was a 50-50 call, I thought, right there.
And the Panthers
win it. The Panthers win it. She pointed the other way.
I think they gave it to the defense on the 50-50.
She pointed the other way, and South's got it. But now they have a whistle. Let's see what they call.
I'm not sure what that was.
Went
out of bounds? She ran out of bounds?
I don't know. I wonder if they said, no, we were supposed to give it to
She went out of bounds on her own.
Can't do that.
Yeah, that's a mental error. So
can't do that.
They turn it over.
Right. 8-6, 4:29 to play in the first half. It was 8-1.
That's called out of bounds off Londonderry.
How
so
about
chance
that? Yeah, it was a ground ball that rolled. They kind of lazily went after it.
I thought I heard one of the Londonderry players say, let it go out.
Let it go out,
That was a mistake.
Never let a ball go out if you can avoid it.
You can play it easily, yeah.
You don't know what the call is going to be.
Exactly. It's a case in point right there.
Right.
Kylie Daw puts the brakes on.
Daw with a couple of nice moves earlier in this game.
Maya Ryu is wearing that helmet, number 19, on the left. That's a choice, I guess, players can make. Ella Benzekri.
Yeah, Benzekri's played well. Johnson's played well. Dawes played well.
Daw looking for a shooting lane.
Yeah.
Where's Olivia Johnson?
Nope.
There's a shot, and it's a save, I believe, was made by the goaltender, Riley Walter. There's a whistle. Walter had it. She actually had it possession, and Londonderry will
start from behind, I believe. Yep, so here they go.
No, actually, it's Panther ball. It is in the possession of...
you're right, it is.
Yep. Caitlin West. I'm not quite sure what the call was.
I don't know either.
Olivia Johnson. Whistle again. Away from the ball. Something's going on. I'm going to restart it. Not sure what that was about.
But they'll restart from behind, I believe.
Yep, same. Everybody taking their same places. And
now the
crisscross out in front.
Brighter.
Shot
now.
Loose. Olivia Johnson tries to get it, and she's going to keep it in bounds. Londonderry knocks it out.
Got to pick up the ground balls. Very key in the game of lacrosse, but they tried to go for that upper corner, but a nice save.
As the sun breaks through, Olivia Johnson trying to break through the defense, going left to right, spin move, shot,
defense.
Misses to the right.
Good defense on Johnson. That was really good defense. She was stuck. She probably should have given it up or taken it behind the net and reset the offense.
Yeah, the defense respecting Olivia Johnson fully after
nice
3 goals scored.
It would be nice if South could keep possession for the rest of the half, but they probably want to see if they can get it to within 1 here.
Under 2 minutes now as the clock ticks. In front.
Oh, nice play.
Spin move, save, goal, actually, on the spin. Kylie Daw.
Kylie Daw, how did she get that shot off in one motion with the spin? Unbelievable.
I think she just sensed the goal rather than saw it. She spun around so quickly in front and just hoped for the best. It's a 1-goal game.
And it's an 8-7 game, and this is remarkable. This is finally, we get at least to see a close half. We don't know what the second half is going to be.
Exactly, yeah. But it is definitely a more confident Ella Ben-Zekri taking these draws at
well,
midfield.
I hate to tease on the draws. She's got to force it to where Johnson can run after it. You know?
What do we have here?
Oh, we got a violation Londonderry, and we got South with the ball.
Yeah, they're checking. It was a stick violation?
A stick violation, maybe? They're checking the measurement?
If it's something wrong with Jenna Stowell's stick for Londonderry, don't they have to remove the stick from the game?
I don't know, but they're going to give it.
Bizarre.
They're going to give it to South with 1:54 left to play.
Straight possession. Ben-Zekri, which what amounts to another face-off win for her. Sprinting 50 yards all the way behind the goal, circling. Ben-Zekri, who's got 2 goals already.
Chance to tie it.
Double team. Drops it. Loose ball. Londonderry scoops it up.
Ben-Zekri got a little careless with the ball.
And now it's on the turf again. Londonderry recovers. The body check's going to get called. Katie McCudden absorbs the hit.
From Johnson.
Yep. Johnson actually lost a piece of equipment on that hit.
Yep.
It was such a...
And is she coming out of the game to get an equipment, or is she coming out for a penalty?
I think it might be
a penalty.
Yeah.
So Londonderry's a man up. As Johnson is in the sin bin.
Yeah.
126.
That's what happens every once in a while when you play that hard. You're going to literally run into somebody by accident. And I think that's what happened there. McCudden plays it back.
We are seeing a very, very, very interesting game here. I've never seen this kind of momentum swing with a South team before.
Definitely encouraging.
Yeah. But it's too bad they had a chance to tie it and weren't able to do it.
Londonderry with it. Exactly 1 minute remaining and the whistle. 1:01 actually. Let's see what we have. It's going to be
a restart from the 15-yard line.
Foul called against White, and Londonderry has the numbers now too up front.
It was called against West, I believe. She had to leave the area. There she is at the 40-yard line.
Pass, shot, goal.
Sure. Yep, Londonderry had the numbers, as you said, John. They got that goal to stop the streak.
Number 12, Carolyn Leone with her second. So after a run of 6 goals by South, Londonderry gets back on the score sheet, makes it 9-7.
And what happened? The turnover down here to our left.
Yes.
Could not afford to do that.
As you pointed out, that could have been a tie game. Instead, it's a 2-goal swing.
Ends a streak of 6 straight Panther goals. And now with 58.8 seconds left, the key for South right now, John, in my mind.
Get possession for the rest of the half.
Yeah, keep Londonderry off the board. Keep them off the board.
Johnson. The draw pops in the air. There's only one player back.
Yeah, that's
Londonderry.
Didn't align it well. And Johnson now is back in the game, I believe.
That was an easy get for Grace Holland.
Johnson's still out. She's still sitting. That's why Londonderry had that advantage.
Oh, right.
Johnson
she would have been right in that
spot
to contend for the loose ball.
Look out, right in.
That one is a goal. A bouncer put in by number 18, Jenna Stowell, who is the player in charge of face-offs for Londonderry. She goes down and scores. Double digits now for Londonderry. A 3-goal lead, 10-7, with just over half a minute left to go in the first half.
That penalty.
It's like a major penalty in lacrosse.
That penalty on Johnson has really hurt the Panthers.
Yeah. Not only taking a possible goal away from the Panthers on the offensive possession, but not being out there for the draw and for that 10th goal by Londonderry.
Yeah, they're down a man. I mean, they have 10 on the field to Londonderry's 11, I believe.
Opportunity, seizing it. Kylie Daw. Or number 11 is, Caitlin West, excuse me.
Yeah, West
Great
has
retrieve.
It. Right. Oh, nice pass.
Ella Ben-Zekri with a hat trick.
From West.
On the pass from Caitlin West. Caitlin West has been dishing in this game. And Ella Ben-Zekri with a big goal with 21 seconds left to go in the half. It's a 2-goal game again.
Wasted no time.
10-8.
Without Johnson on the field.
Caitlin West, Tom, with that retrieval of the loose ball, that was the key. And then she ended up with a really nice assist on top of it. Face-off, midfield, 21 seconds. Who'll get the final shot of the half if there is one? Depends on possession right here. Ball pops in the air. It's going to bounce. And it is played backwards. We have somebody reached over the territory.
Whistle.
And if the clock continues to run, no, it's not. It's stopped. I was going to say time
now
might expire.
Now it's running.
Londonderry conscious of the time, trying to get a shot away.
Yep. Gotta force
Under
them,
10 seconds.
Gotta force them wide. Gotta force the player wide.
Yeah, in front.
Can't allow that pass.
Save made cleanly by Audrey Mullaney.
That is
and that'll
big
do it.
Save.
Keeps it a 2-goal game. Audrey Mullaney with her biggest save of the game.
That is a huge save to keep it at 10-8 for Nashua South. The players coming over to congratulate her after a huge save.
So Tom King rubbed the genie lamp and wished for a close game before it started, and I think he's gotten his wish as we go to halftime, 10-8.
It didn't look that way, did it?
No, not at all.
Looked like the genie was asleep.
Yeah. That's Tom King. I'm John Collins. Our cameraman Tim O'Neill will be back with an exciting conclusion to this one at halftime in high school girls lacrosse. It's the host, Nashua South Panthers 8, trailing Londonderry by 2 goals, a 10-8 game at the half. Stay with us on NashuaETV.
Pete asked me about originally. He said, "What about the?" He said, "You want to do the boys game tonight?" I said, "Well, I can't because I got to get results, and I don't want to be going home at 8 and chasing down 15 or 16 results." So, but the guy said, "Well, who are the teams?" Well, then he said, "How about the 3:30?" I said, "Well, I'm going to that." I said, "I'll be there." So then I said, "Who are the?" Just here, I hadn't looked at the schedule. I said, "Who are the teams?" And I was thinking of the National North Boys. I go, "No, stay away from that. No. That'll be like 40-1. You know, won't be good." Oh, we don't want that. No. I said, "Stay away from the North Boys until they play South." You know, they play in Alvin pretty well. North should be in Division 2. In lacrosse, boys should be in Division 2. They'd be much better off than they would be in Division 1. Was it around this time?
A year ago, March 30th.
Oh, okay.
That was one. Yeah, just this thing hit, and I didn't have to worry about it. What's the Congress?
Welcome back, everybody, to Stellos Stadium in Nashua, where by virtue of the pandemic, there's no locker room half times anymore. We get to observe the teams during the half, and I've just observed an impassioned Natalie Washington, number 19 for the Lancers, who, Tom, you heard her just screaming at her teammates, "Let's go," something to that effect. And she is all in right here. It is a close game. The Lancers leading 10-8. They were up 8-1 when South flipped a switch and came roaring back into this thing.
Yeah, this is a big change for Nashua South. When they trailing 8-1, it looked dire, and they only trailed by 2. But here's the key right here. They got to win these draws. That's what got them back in it. They were winning the draws all of a sudden.
Yeah, certainly Ella Benzekri, who's taking the draw, didn't do it all by herself, but she was the key player in that comeback.
6 straight draws for South to 6 straight goals.
She's going to try to do it again here. Ella Benzekri on the left there in the duel in the middle.
And they have an angle at it, but you've got to get the ground ball. You have to need the ground ball pickup. And South gets it.
On the attack, going at the goal to our right this time. That's Maya Ryu. Bouncer comes back to Solil Dubois.
Boy, Johnson is still sitting. How about that?
Must have been like a major penalty.
It must have been. I mean, their bodies collided and down both of them went.
Like a 5-minute major.
It seems that way. You know.
Scooped up, good defense in front by number 5, Ashley Leone.
She's waiting now until it gets down to 24 minutes. So I think your call is right. And now she's on the field.
Now she's on the field.
Yep.
And Lancers threatening to score first in this half. The bouncer goes through. Isabella Augusta on a dead run, number 14 for the Lancers, gives them a 3-goal lead, 11-8 as they score 43 seconds into the second half.
That's tough. If you're South, you wanted to get it back to within 1 again.
So this time when Ella Benzekri goes into another one-on-one duel for possession here in the face-off, she will have Olivia Johnson as one of her wings to maybe pick up a loose ball here. Let's see if Ella tries to launch it forward toward number 1 on the draw. Always question of where is the ball going to end up as the two players wrestle for possession at midfield.
Well, I think the big key was that South wasn't able to do anything with that possession that they got. They got possession. Ooh, and there's a miss on the ground ball pickup. Let's see if the Lancers get it, and they do.
It was the face-off taker, Jenna Stowell, who finally scooped it up.
Got to get better on the ground balls if you're South.
And I wonder if players forget which way they're going at the beginning of the half sometimes.
Well, I think she was looking to try to avoid the defense.
Yeah, it was not a question of not knowing which way to go.
Here, look at that middle open up.
Save made by Audrey Mullaney.
That's a big save. That's her 4th of the game.
Point blank on Tara Wright, who was in search of her first goal of the game, number 11 for Londonderry. Certainly had a great chance there. Now flipping the geography, Vanessa Reeder with a long run. Emptying the tank as she goes about 80 yards. Great job by Vanessa Reeder to reset the table. And she feeds it to number 11, Caitlin West, who's been assisting on some great goals in this game.
And if you're looking to see where the scorer is, it's Olivia Johnson. She's at the 15 at the top of your screen to the right.
She has it now. And she gives it back to Kylie Daw. Londonderry content to stay in a circle, circling the wagons, if you will, and waiting for South to make a move. Benzekri double team, tries to get it inside. Nice reception there by Solil Dubois, but she'll take it back out.
You're right. That was a great reception because that pass was in a crowd.
And the restart's going to favor the Panthers. Solil Dubois got fouled as she received that ball. She will have a open shooting lane, but she is 15 yards out. Let's see what Solil decides to do when they whistle play back in. South looking for their first goal of this half.
Yep, too far out, so she does not take the shot.
So Kylie Daw and Solil Dubois play some catch. Ella Benzekri gives it back to Solil. She runs to the right off a pick. Defense shifts nicely to cover the opening. And now it's Kylie Daw being stick checked by Londonderry 2 yards out from goal.
Oh.
Tricky pass there. Benzekri gets it. She takes advantage of the space. The whistle before contact. And
Yeah,
what do we have?
Whistle on the cut. It was contact. There was a heavy contact. Was after the whistle.
After the whistle. But it favors the Panthers.
Yeah.
Ella Benzekri, who has shown the ability to finish, has a great opportunity here.
Well, she certainly does. From the top, from left to right, scores.
Ella Benzekri with her 4th goal of the game. The MVP so far this contest for the Panthers does it again. She's been winning draws and scoring goals. A freshman midfielder, Ella Benzekri. What a great game she is having. It is back to 2, 11-9, Londonderry advantage.
So they have matched what Londonderry did. They matched the goal, and we start from square one all again. The 21:42 left. Let's see if the Panthers could get it back to within 1 goal and then maybe eventually tie this game.
It is a great one-on-one battle that goes on in these face-offs between Jenna Stahl and Ella Benzekri just about every time. Almost been 50-50 at this point, I think.
But it wasn't at the start of the game.
Obviously, Ella must have made some sort of an adjustment. And also her teammates have scooped up some of these loose balls that Londonderry was winning early. The loose ball after the initial contact on the draw. There goes flying. Now who's going to get it? On the turf. Still on
loose.
anybody's possession.
South.
Yep. No, actually, they gave it to Londonderry on the
Yeah,
whistle.
how about that? I thought the Panthers had picked it up.
Yeah, some kind of illegal contact was spotted by the official, and on the restart, the Lancers with that all-important possession.
Yeah, here we go.
Straight down the field, looking for an opening.
Last
Grace
time
Holland.
it was a save. This time, no, it's a goal.
Yeah, Grace Holland made that one look a little bit too easy.
Sure did.
And it is a 12-9 advantage. Back to 3 goals up are the Lancers. So Londonderry making an adjustment on the face-offs and able to win more possessions than not in recent minutes. Grace Holland gets congratulated by her coach, Taylor Patterson, as she sprints off the field. And we do the draw. Hazy sun now here at Stellos. 21 minutes and change left to go in the game. South not out of it yet by any means. Down by 3, 12-9. Benzekri wrestles it away and whistle immediately sounds. Official saw something that was not quite right.
They redo the draw. Clock at 21:07.
Straight up and received.
Again, the Lancers now solved that draw problem that they had.
Abigail Whitley running under that one and receiving it cleanly. Jenna Stowell being backed away by
Can't
a
allow
tenacious
the easy
defender.
goals, but you got to be careful on defense. And there they go, a turnover.
Great takeaway. Caitlin West trying to run it all the way down the field, making great strides. She gets illegally hit, and she'll get a restart.
She'll restart from around the 50-yard line, and she'll just take off running. Nope, so pass it. There
Nice
we go.
receive.
Nice pass.
Downfield comes Solil Dubois. One defender to beat in the middle. Olivia Johnson.
Oh, she was all alone, it seemed. And now
Scores.
she shoots, and look at that.
Oh, what a nifty spin move.
Oh, but she only had about maybe 8 inches at the top, and she found it. Accuracy, accuracy, accuracy.
Goal number 4 for Olivia. Back to a 2-goal game, 12-10, as Londonderry and South trade blows.
But the key on that possession, the ground ball pickup.
Yeah, Caitlin West was right in the middle of that. She had help from one of her defenders, but it was basically a takeaway of a Londonderry possession.
Now, Kiki McIntyre had some words for Benzekri when she went out there. So let's see if there was a little bit of advice that she wanted her to try, because they've lost these. They're on a stretch now where they've lost about 3 or 4 in a row.
And I think that's what it was.
Yep.
And they get it to Olivia Johnson.
How about that? It worked.
Great advice, whatever it was, as they get it to their talented playmaker. in space. Olivia Johnson takes it deep behind the goal. 25-minute halves in New Hampshire high school girls lacrosse. We're right at the 20-minute mark remaining in the game. So we've played 30 minutes and just 2 goals separate these two teams. Lancers up 12-10. South could shave that to a 1-goal game here with a tally from someone. Who will it be? So Leal Dubois, stick checked as she moves from left to right. She'll give it back up to the top of the key. Ben Zekri with her head up, looking for a passing lane or a teammate. Olivia Johnson was closely marked, so she passed up that opportunity. Caitlin West, the give back. Ben Zekri in traffic, snatches it, scores!
A big scoop on the bounce. Ben Zekri was able to scoop it up and get the goal with almost the same motion. And
5 goals for the freshman.
And now it's a 1-goal game.
Not an easy play, Tom. That was up for grabs there for a moment. But Ella, just that hand-eye coordination, able to secure it and fire it past the helpless goaltender from a step away. It is a 12-11 game.
Boy, this is huge.
It was tied 1-1 way back when before Lancers took a commanding 8-1 lead.
Johnson got the quick goal. The Londonderry rattled off 7 straight, and South came back with 6 straight. And basically that's where we are. They've traded goals ever since, and now it's 12-11.
Whistle there on the draw. They changed up who's taking the draw for Londonderry for the first
7.
time in this game. Kiara Edmonds, a freshman also, who has 3 goals in this game, talented player. And another whistle on the draw. Not sure what exactly the officials are seeing, but
they're going to restart it, so that's at least you don't lose it.
And Zekri would love to, I think, push it forward up in the air toward the goal that she's facing. Where
I think
Johnson
if she's got to push it, she's got to push it towards us. We're at the top at Stella Station. She's got to push it towards the 40, towards the official. It's at the bottom of your screen. That's where I think she needs to push it.
Well, Olivia Johnson would probably get to it first if she does that.
That's the thing. Get it over that side. Instead, it goes back.
The opposite, and it's going to be fought for. It's still loose, and Kiara Edmonds gets it. There's an immediate whistle. There was a lot of body contact on that.
It'll be Londonderry's ball, but see, they needed to push it the other way.
Absolutely,
towards the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, so we got to credit Kiara Edmonds, who has the ball now, for winning that draw. With not a lot of experience in this game, at least. It was only your second one, I think, or maybe your first.
Now the sun is out bright. It had clouded over, and now it's fighting and winning the battle.
Versus Tom King.
Yeah, no
Trying
kidding.
to see right into it.
Exactly.
Londonderry spinning out from behind, and we had a whistle before any shot.
And that's not good if it's South, because it's probably going to be a restart and a clear shot.
On the doorstep, just about. Isabella Augusta with amounts to a penalty shot.
Yep.
We got the same angle that she has, looking at Audrey Mullaney. Trying to go up by 2 again are the Lancers. Nobody near Isabella Augusta as play is about to resume. She took on some defenders.
My guess is this is going to be a low shot.
It was.
Yep.
But a save was made. Or it might have went off a post. I'm not sure which.
Well, they were going low on the bounce. They tried to bounce it, but Londonderry retains it.
Yep, and Kiara Edmonds on the hunt for yet another goal. Being forced wide by Ella Ben Zekri. They say too much stick work by Ella, and they're going to set up. They don't allow a lot of contact.
No,
these officials are calling it tight.
They are calling it much too tight, I think.
But yeah, there's some element of some amount of contact you think they would let go, but no. Another save by Mullaney. She anticipated the low shot.
6 saves for Mullaney in this
Great
game.
outlet pass to Ben Zekri on a dead sprint down the field. It's a foot race. Trying to stay with her all the way is Tara Wright. In front, loose ball.
Looking for the equalizer.
Scooped up by the Lancers, and they're going to try to go 90 yards the other way.
Just can't get that equalizer, can they?
Wow. They might have tried for a little too much there on that. They had an opportunity to set up. Instead, the Lancers the next best chance to score, and they do. Yep. All the way down, about 100 yards. Number 14 is Isabella Augusta. And that will put some miles on your fit watch right there, that sequence of events, as South went all the way down the field only to give up a goal going back in the opposite direction.
And they regained the 2-goal advantage.
13-11. We could have had a tie game there. It's so close, so tantalizingly close for the Panthers. They could have tied it up 12-12. Instead, as Tom said, 13-11 game. And no rest for the weary. Ben Zekri right back to the faceoff circle to take about her 25th draw today, not counting all the fouls and resets. Redos. More like 30. Up in the air, whistle sounded just
whistle was just to start the play.
To start the play.
Yeah.
Londonderry seizes on it. They're going to go right down the field.
That was
good
a clean,
stick,
that was
defense.
A clean draw win, a very easy draw win for Londonderry. Too easy.
Right. Carolyn Leone dances to her left, runs into a double team and backs out.
South's got to be careful when who they double team.
Tara right shot,
spin.
saved by Mulaney, comes out in front. Another chance for the Lancers. Mulaney trying to corral it.
Ball and South's got it. Boy, I'll tell you, I don't think Mulaney knew where that first one went.
Caitlin West digging deep, finding a reserve of energy to sprint this ball down the field. She's gone 50 yards with it, being pursued hotly by the Lancers, and stick work called against Kiara Edmonds.
So
and
John, you know what's going to play into this game over the last 16 minutes?
Stamina.
Yes, exactly.
And that came to mind as I watched and thought about what it must take for Caitlin West to find the energy to do what she just did. Olivia Johnson dancing past 3 defenders. No opening, so she'll back it out. I saw Caitlin West catching her breath there for a moment, and she has her energy back as she passes it to Madeline Mataluski, number 4 out there for the Panthers. She's a freshman. Trying to cut toward the net, and being fouled was Isabella Walsh.
Start over again.
So I think they put the defender behind her.
15, 20.
See, I'm learning.
4 left.
Yeah, and Isabella Walsh may have a opportunity here to pass to a teammate in shooting position. Madeline Mataluski looking to her left. Caitlin West.
Johnson way over to the left side.
Ella Ben-Zekri. Between Ben-Zekri and Olivia Johnson, you're talking about 9 goals.
This is Daw right here, right? Number 7.
Yeah, and she got fouled, and that's going to be an opportunity for
Yeah, it's going to be
Panthers.
a restart. She got stick near the face, I think.
She did,
Yeah.
You could hear contact. Kylie Daw has a face-to-face look here with Riley Walter, the Londonderry goalkeeper, trying to cut it down to a 1-goal game again on the restart. Here's Kylie Daw, backs it out. Caitlin West. Inside, tough pass, receives, goal! Olivia Johnson.
How did that pass ever get through? West to Johnson.
To the back of the net. And it's a 13-12 game. The close game genie has delivered.
I think we're safe now.
Yeah, we are. It's getting pretty late here now.
Although you never know.
In a 50-minute game, we've got 14 minutes to go. Yeah, you don't actually, but just based on the draws, it's almost like flipping a coin at this point.
It was about this time in the first half that South started to turn it around.
Jenna Stowell is back in the draw circle for the Lancers.
In fact, John, it took me to leave the field for that to happen, right?
Yep. Lancers scoop up that loose ball. Grace Holland with it, splits some defenders, runs to her right. She's got some space. Grace Holland looking to shoot it. In the middle, she got fouled, and she'll only be 10 yards away on a restart. So good strategy by Grace Holland as she's showing some late game sprinting ability that may have helped her against the tired defense right there. So Londonderry looking for goal number 14, up by 1 at the moment. Audrey Mulaney looking for a big save.
Scores.
Instead, finding an opening low to the right.
They beat her to her right.
That's a hat trick for Grace Holland. She's got 3. .14:05 remaining in the game. And stamina is key right now. Both teams have gone at it tooth and nail to get to this point. It is anybody's lacrosse match still. Who will have the energy to battle to the finish? Londonderry getting the better of the draws for the most part during the game. South was able to go on a run at one point. And that loose ball scooped up.
Johnson hits the turf.
Yeah.
And now Londonderry, wide open spaces. They've got numbers here.
Tara Wright, and there's a player looking for a stick
And look
to
at
the
this.
base. Audrey Mullaney trying to go back there and get it against two Londonderry Lancers. The net is open for a moment.
Yeah, she's got to hustle back, and Londonderry retains it.
In front, good pass, saved by Mullaney, point blank down low,
And
she
she
scoops
controls
it
it.
up. Yes. Audrey Mullaney with a huge save and able to get possession. And on the long sprint, Vanessa Reeder showing an ability to go distance, has it knocked away. Loose ball, Londonderry has it. The good stick work, hustling from behind by Carolyn Leone, number 12 for Londonderry, dislodged that ball from Reeder.
Yeah, tough turnover. Cannot turn the ball over now. You got 13 minutes to play. Every possession is critical.
Tara Wright in the middle.
You've got to shut off the South needs to shut off the passing lanes. That pass goes wide.
She
but
must have
scooped
kept
up.
it in bounds.
Yeah, she did. She got it before it died over there in the corner.
Kiara Edmonds hands it off.
Speaking of dying, I've got layers on, and the sun is right on me.
Here it comes. It just went from April to May again.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah, in a hurry.
Yeah.
John Collins with Tom King and Tim O'Neill on camera here on NashuaETV. The restart for Londonderry as they seek to go up by 3 goals, leading 14-12. Charging and shooting and in. Not much that Audrey Mullaney could do about that play by Jenna Stowell, who gets her first goal of the game, by the way, after all that great work she did. I think that's her second, actually.
Stowell, she had one. I saw it earlier.
Yeah,
in the
she
game,
had one earlier, you're right. So that's her second face-off person for Londonderry.
But more importantly, the Lancers open up that 3-goal lead again. They have not trailed since they took a 2-1 lead early in the first half. But they haven't trailed the entire game. It was a 1-1 game.
I think you pointed out that Olivia Johnson scored first, or no? She tied it up 1-1.
She tied it up 1-1.
She tied it up 1-1.
Very quickly after Londonderry scored.
Yeah.
It was a point-blank pass.
And Londonderry went on a long goal-scoring run by winning a lot of face-offs, as they did here.
But right now, John, we're looking too much to our left if you're a South fan.
Yeah, I'd like not to for several reasons, including the sun.
Sun, right, no kidding. Oh, right there, point blank at the 10, at the 5, and she's converged on.
Yeah.
South with a great defensive effort.
Yeah, they did what they needed to do.
Yeah, because that looked like an easy goal. Look out right here, in close again.
Kiara Edmonds scoops up the loose ball out of traffic. And Londonderry.
They are looking to open up a 4-goal lead, which would be their biggest lead since South began their comeback.
Edmonds from out behind the goal. Spin move, trying to shoot it.
Nope.
Regains it.
Panthers tightening the defense a little bit here. A lot, actually.
There's some heavy contact.
Yeah, and you knew that whistle was going to blow on that contact, and it's going to be Londonderry with a restart and a chance to score here, it looks like. Let's see.
Yep. I think they called the equivalent of a charge.
Did they? Let's see.
Yeah, they did.
Yes, they did. A charge on the Lancers.
As the defense had position, I guess.
And now Mullaney's got to make the right pass here.
Yeah, not an easy thing. With 2 Lancers all over her. What do we have?
I think it's Londonderry ball. They turned it over.
Unfortunate.
Mullaney could not get out of that jam.
A hesitation cost.
And right in front, another whistle.
That might be another charge. Yeah. I think Londonderry's attackers have gotten a little bit impatient when they have no opening and trying to bull their way through the defenders. They've been whistled a few times. Now South has to get the ball out of their own end.
And they got to really run it down the field. They can't waste much time. They need to go on a run and try to tie this game.
Bailey Carroll gets it ahead to Ella Ben-Zekri, and she is making long strides toward the opponent's goal and runs into heavy traffic, and they let it go. That was one of the heaviest hits of the game, and Ben-Zekri's actually going to be slow to get up, and nothing was called on that.
No,
in this game, that is something.
That is something, but you know what? If it was a clean knock of the ball out, then that's...
I saw an elbow in her side.
Yeah, that's... Oh, yeah, no.
She is yet to recover from that.
Let's see. Yeah, you're right. She's starting slow. Now she's making her way up the field.
I cannot believe that whistle didn't blow on that one, Tom, especially though how tightly this game has been called. Alarming. And here goes Londonderry down.
Loose ball.
Ella's going to come off the field.
You're right.
Yeah, that was no joke contact right there. It was like a kidney punch.
No, let's see. Is she going to come off or is she going to stay? Looks like she's holding her
goal
right side, and Lancers take the lead again.
Huge non-call in my estimation. And it is a goal for the Lancers. Number 16, might be time for a timeout for South. Jenna Hamlin, no, excuse me, 16 for Londonderry is Emily Cowett with the goal. Number 16 on the game, and is a timeout called.
Looks like she got the wind knocked out of her.
It looks it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're checking her out right now. And if that was the case, John Collins is absolutely right. They should have blown the whistle.
It's got to be a call one way or the other in this game. Either a charge.
The way they've called things, you would think. 16-12, a big goal by Cowett, who I bet I covered her father in high school. Good running back, I think, and lacrosse player for Binghamton Academy.
How about that?
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so with 9:09 to go, the hill just got tougher to climb for the Panthers, down by 4. And with their best player, the freshman Ben-Zekri, hurting at the moment.
Good timeout for South.
Looks like the officials are talking about that. I see an indication talking about blocking, and I don't know. I think they missed one.
I agree. So now South has got to set up defense. They have to go defense to offense, but they got to do it quickly, and they did it last time. They were able to do it, but you know the thing is, John, they got to start winning some draws again. They haven't done that.
Yeah, and they may need somebody else to take the draw for them.
They may need it. Let's see how Ben-Zekri's feeling. Boy, I tell you, the temperature jumped 10 degrees, and I'm dying.
Yeah, it did.
I got a hoodie on and a windbreaker over.
Hard to believe they were going to get rained out tomorrow at this point, but we were supposed to do a baseball game at Holman Stadium on Wednesday on Cinco de Mayo.
Tomorrow night at Riviere's Joanne Merrill Field at the Robinson Pavilion, the Nashua Eagles of the International Soccer Club of Nashua, the highest level of soccer we have in the area, make their return to Nashua after 3 years.
Wow, will you be there?
I think they'll play in the rain. If they play in the rain, I'll be there.
Yeah, the venue's Riviere, as you said.
And you know what? That's not a bad. That would be a good take. You know, on a nice dry day, and the setup there at Riv with their new facility is, hint, hint, TV friendly.
Face-off win for the Panthers. So Lille Dubois scoops up the loose ball, trying to run past the double team. Instead, she'll give it up.
Right, but Londonderry making it tough for Nashua South. There are no long runs down the field here. They can't clear it.
Some nifty passing, though, gets them out of difficulty for the moment.
And that you got to be able to practice that.
Kylie Daw running to her left. Bunch of Lancers materialize. Ella Ben-Zekri's back out there and looking pretty good as she grabbed that ball and passed it to Olivia Johnson.
Dr. Tim had the right prognosis. Lost her wind.
Right. Regains it back out there. So South trying to cut into a 4-goal deficit.
Got to do it soon. 8:25 to play.
Circling to her right.
Nice
Cuts
pass.
to the middle. Shot. Goal.
Nice pass.
Isabella Walsh.
Number 2, right?
scores it. And I missed who gave her the nice pass there, Tom. That was a key play.
It was.
And Isabella Walsh taking a page out of Olivia Johnson's book, able to receive it as she ran from left to right and then deposited past the goaltender in one motion. And so it is a 3-goal game again.
But have to start a run. Imagine if they could get it on a run like they had in the first half, they'd be in control of this game. They scored 6 straight at one point in the first half after being down 8-1. If they score 6 straight here, they can go away and win this game. But they need the draws.
Loose, right too. That was almost by design. It looked like
Londonderry.
Abigail Whitley receives the draw.
That's the difference in this half, is that Londonderry is now back on top with the draw controls.
Abigail Whitley, spin move
Watch
out from behind the goal.
Watch out for the cutters.
Good job by the
Londonderry
defenders.
setting up the box.
Carolyn Leone with it for Londonderry,
nice
out
step.
in front.
She got that first step, and now she trips. Somebody's going to get a restart here.
Looks like Leone went down hard on the left shoulder.
Yeah,
but
that whistle blew before she went down.
did. But it looked like it was she went down due to a continuation of the contact that was called. And the restart amounting to a penalty shot here for the Lancers. Dead on, 10 yards, just about center cut. Carolyn Leone flings it, goal.
Scores.
Leone with the hat trick. She's got 3, 17-13. In a tightly contested match to this point. But a swing of momentum. A few minutes ago when South was charging down the field and threatening to make it a 1-goal game again, and heavy contact. Ella Ben-Zekri ran into a couple of Londonderry defenders, got the wind knocked out of her, and the whistle did not sound. And Londonderry went down the field, promptly scored. Took a 3-goal lead, up 4 now. Ben-Zekri with the draw at midfield. Able to shoot it forward, but Londonderry again seizing the loose ball on the fly. No opportunity to battle for a ball on the turf. Scooping it up, Grace Holland, who's got 3 goals in this game. Holland loses it for the moment, gets it back on the turf in traffic, anybody's possession.
Scooped up by Mulaney.
Mulaney did scoop
whistle
it up.
blew. Whistle blew. Let's see. They're going to give South the ball.
Yes, they are. And now the key outlet pass. Mulaney downfield. I think one of the Londonderry players left her position behind the goal before the whistle blew to resume. So that's going to negate what was a nice outlet pass by Mulaney. That would have been promising to get the ball out of their own end. Instead, they're going to restart. She's got to find someone. Looking for Maya Ryu, and she receives it. Maya cuts to her left. Lost the ball, though, and it's Londonderry's possession.
South could not clear it out, and they've had trouble doing that in this second half.
We had a South player hit the deck that time, and they're still going to call it against the Panthers.
5:56 to play in the game.
Londonderry closing in on what they hope to be their 18th goal and a 5-goal lead, which would be huge at this point. With just over 5 minutes left. Maya Ryu trying to get it back, and she did knock it loose, and it's picked up by South. Audrey Mulaney.
Big turnover for the Lancers.
Long pass, nicely done. Ben-Zekri with it.
And now she'll run it up.
Hitting her wide receiver.
This is a must goal coming up here, John. They have to score on this possession.
Ben-Zekri with tremendous speed runs into a double team, not literally this time as she did before.
Loses it again, but now it's scooped up.
South with it. Everybody seems to be catching their collective breath after yet another sprint down the field.
Yeah, don't forget that sun all of a sudden has raised the temperature on the field.
Oh,
that's
interesting, Tom. They did call it that time when Ella ran into the double team. They did call it.
Look
She
out,
weaves her way through traffic, and a save is made.
Oh, big save.
Riley Walter getting in the way of that shot by Benzekri, which did not find its way through. Oh, but a restart again. I guess Ella got fouled on the way through the middle.
Here we go.
Shot, goal.
Scores. Got to score it. That's her 5th, isn't it?
I have, let me see.
There's 6.
I have 6.
All right.
6 goals for the face-off taker for South, the freshman, Ella Benzekri. And when she gets running, boy, she probably would be an asset to the Nashua South track team, too, if she wasn't playing lacrosse.
Well, she may be able to take. Don't be surprised. I mean, a lot of them do, too. A lot of them double up. But South's played a lot of games on the days when they have meets.
Of course, the most impressive part about that sprint is that it came at the 45-minute mark of this contest. 45 minutes of lacrosse in, all of which Benzekri has played. She has taken every draw. There's a loose ball, and so talented on those
Londonderry has not lost a draw.
No.
I believe only lost 1 draw in this half.
Tara Wright is very good at snatching those loose balls out of the air. Number 11 for Londonderry, who has it right now. Hardly a bobble when she gets a ball near her. Spin move, splits the
nice
defense.
Move. But the defense converged. Got to close off that middle if you're South.
Yeah, they certainly did. Those 5 players came together like an inverted star right there. It was perfect. But Londonderry with another possible chance here. Stowell taking it outside.
Stowell trying to do the dodge.
Valuable seconds coming off the clock here for Londonderry as they lead by 3.
I mean, they don't need to score. They really don't. They can just control it.
A whistle, a foul away from the ball, it looked like. In front of the official, a couple of players were colliding.
If I'm Londonderry, I just try to whittle that clock down before you shoot it.
So Stowell has a chance just to shoot it here. And she did successfully go across the goal and shoot it on the far side on a dead run once before. Let's see if she tries that again. If she goes right along the 5-yard line there and shoots, that's probably her plan on the restart. And trying to cut her off, and the goalie, actually the whistle happened just before the ball went in.
There was contact. And I think it may be South's ball.
Yeah, they're going to call it. The defender had possession.
Yes, exactly.
And I believe that was Ella Benzekri who put herself
away,
in there. Yep. There's a heavy shot to the mouth.
Benzekri gets hit again.
Yeah. So we'll resume at the 20.
Oh,
Under 3 minutes left,
They're going to call it Lancer ball?
Ooh,
they are.
That's
turnover.
That's
turnover,
bizarre.
and that's costly because now there's 2:36 left and South down by 3. Can't come down the field.
Wow.
And don't forget the extra time it takes to get down the field, John.
Exactly.
You know?
Yep.
You're at the other end of the field and you got 2.5 minutes left to play and you're down by 3. That's not a good thing. Shot.
Save Mulaney. Ball bounces up in the air to her left, and Londonderry still has it.
Couldn't hold on to it. That's the
Kiara Edmonds.
That's the difference.
Another save by Mulaney.
Well, she's got 12 in this game.
Been fantastic.
She really has. Much better second half than first half.
South needs the ball. It's on the turf. A lot of contact.
Yeah, they need to work on their clears.
Yep.
Their clears are not good. They've turned the ball over a few times on those today.
So Londonderry with it now with 1:45 left and a chance to score again. Mulaney's gotten so many nice saves, but not that time. A score for Tara Wright. In tight. And goes low. And it is an 18-14 advantage, and that is probably the goal that seals the deal.
Yeah, 1:43 left. That'll probably seal it.
South with a very strong showing here, but just not enough time of possession in the second half.
We have looked to our left way too much in this second half. And now the clouds have completely disappeared.
It was 10-8 at halftime, correct, Tom? 10-8?
10-8.
And so now we see it's 18-14. So it's been an 8-6 advantage for Londonderry. I mean, make that 8.
Yeah.
8-6, yeah.
Yeah, 8-6.
They were up 2, now they're up 4.
Seems like more, doesn't
Olivia
it?
Johnson, yeah, it does.
Johnson's got to shoot it fast.
Lost possession there for a
Got to
second.
shoot it fast. Can't waste time.
Behind the net it goes.
No time to set up a play. You've got to get it and shoot it.
In
and
front,
right there,
good
you gotta shoot
position.
it. Blocked.
Losing it, and
She shot it and it was blocked.
I think she took a stick to the face talking about Caitlin West, who took that shot.
And she'll have a restart.
Yeah, circling in front.
Clock stops, 1:13 to play.
Caitlin West.
According to the clock time. I don't know if the officials have any different time on there. I saw the clock running a little bit when it probably
For her to
shouldn't have.
shoot it here, but she,
Oh, she
passed
passes
it up
it.
to Johnson. Scores.
Nice play.
Went, faked high, went low.
Yep.
Nifty goal again by Olivia Johnson, who also has 6 now to match teammate Ella Benzekri. 12 of South's goals, a dozen out of the 15 scored by 2 players, Ella Benzekri and Olivia Johnson, who have been fantastic. Although I suppose Ella would tell you she wished she won a few more draws, and it would have probably been the difference in the game when you're talking about a 3-goal game, surely. Just a freshman, though. What a tremendous showing by Ella in this game. She does battle once again here with Jenna Stowell. And the loose ball again scooped up by Tara Wright.
She flipped it back, but Londonderry had the positioning. Draw
Under a minute now.
Draw controls of the flip and the position.
Yep, under a minute.
Yeah.
Londonderry circling.
They can just run it out if they want to.
True.
Ooh. Was that Benzekri or was that West?
Benzekri took a tumble.
Yeah, she takes another
She
tumble.
was marking the ball handler, Grace Holland, and they're going to call it against Benzekri. Holland with a chance to shoot here on the resume with 47 seconds to go. They do stop the clock. 18-15, Londonderry looking to add to their lead here. At sun-drenched Stellos right now.
All of a sudden, huh? Boy.
The shot. Goal.
Score. That'll do it.
Yeah. 19-15.
Who got that? Let's
Grace
see.
Holland, number
Holland,
17.
Number 17. What does she have in this game?
4.
All right, 4 for Holland. Londonderry spread it out a little bit.
Yeah, they sure did. Actually, I have Holland leading all Londonderry scorers with 4.
45.6 seconds to play.
Kiara Edmonds with 3. Carolyn Leone with 3. And Kiara Edmonds is going to take another draw here for the Lancers. 45 seconds left to go. Ella Benzekri has gone the distance on these draws. Nice reception this time by South. Solil Dubois sprinting downfield. South trying to go out on a positive note here. 35 seconds to go. Solil takes it deep, feeds it back.
Shot, got to do it
Caitlin
right
West.
there.
Goal.
Yep.
Caitlin West deposits one. It's 19-16, and you can just see what a difference those faceoffs make.
Yeah, what a difference winning the draw.
Because both of these teams seem to have an equal ability to score once they have possession. Being oh so important. And a key player, I don't know if I said her name enough, but number 11, Tara Wright for Londonderry, deserves an assist on a lot of these one draws that we've been talking about. She seems to have a knack for finding the ball in midair after the initial skirmish here on the dot. She's on the left of the screen in blue. And that one's a no-go. 26 seconds left. Ella Benzekri versus Kiara Edmonds. Ball pops up in the air, and Edmonds snatches it. She gets it to her left.
They could run it out.
Yep, 20 seconds. No need to even shoot
it. No need to even shoot it. Just run it out.
South trying to get
around.
back possession.
And that's what they'll do.
Yep. And 9 seconds left. Circling the goal. And this will do it. 4-1 ball game.
All right, John Collins.
Okay, Tom King, good job. 19-16, Londonderry takes this high school girls lacrosse game on a Tuesday, May 4 of 2021. I'm John Collins for my cameraman Tim O'Neill and our executive producer Pete Johnson. Thanking you for watching. Don't forget, subscribe free, NashuaHuddle.com, the newsletter and all that is going on in Nashua High athletics. Thank you for watching, and good evening from Stellos Stadium, everybody.